California. If the 2018 Karma Revero was obviously a typical car having a typical story, its arrival would elicit the amount of attention that the mild mid-cycle facelift deserves. But there's nothing typical around the car formerly referred to as Fisker Karma. The automaker's backstory is short but convoluted. The quick version is the fact Fisker went bankrupt in 2013 after a series of battery-related issues, including several incidents of uncontrolled external combustion, with founder Henrik Fisker resigning through the company shortly ahead of the filing. Several months later, Fisker's assets were bought at auction by Chinese supplier Wanxiang Group, which acquired Fisker's bankrupt battery supplier, A123 Systems. Rechristened as Karma Automotive, its first goal was always to restart manufacture of the now eponymous hybrid Grand Tourer. Job 1 ended up being to make a decision around the production site. Fisker contracted Finland's VIN Automotive, and that is perhaps well known for assembling the primary two generations of Porsche's Boxster also as the initial generation Cayman. But the new management ultimately opted to create manufacturing in-house and set up a factory near their Southern California headquarters inside the industrial inland suburb of Moreno Valley, roughly 60 miles east of Los Angeles. It is the primary automotive assembly plant built inside the region in decades. This Southern California connection is included in the Karma brand. The Revero's brochure is replete with region-specific photos, along with the name of the exterior shade, and interior scheme incorporates a direct connection likewise. For example, the two primarily tan interior shades you'll find 6 in every are named after beaches in Orange County, Crystal Cove and Salt Creek, while 2 of the 8 available exterior colors are named following the famous Anza Borrego Desert State Park: Borrego Black and Anza Desert. Buyers may choose from 6 caliper colors and 4 different wheel options consisting of one 21-inch offering and 3 22-inch versions. With a rather long list of issues to tackle before relaunching the auto, engineers focused about the most important ones. It helped that Fisker's striking sheet metal aged particularly well and may be left alone, especially considering the fact that many would-be customers had never witnessed the Karma Revero before. The most apartment comparison is just about the oft-forgotten Maserati Gran Turismo, containing now experienced sale for any full decade, however looks fairly fresh and eye-catching to anyone that's not only a car connoisseur. Interior design stayed alone at the same time. Updates were devoted to improving fit and finished, at the same time as offering better interior colors. In addition to the 2 main tan schemes, there's the full black, redanned black, black on orange, and full brown to choose between. Carbon fiber trim includes the black and black android interiors, even though the other 4 receive wood trim. The most important change inside may be the all-new infotainment system, which can be an in-house design. Controlled either via touchscreen display screen or with steering wheel-mounted paddles, it can be fast, intuitive, as well as simple to use. The performance-related complaints levied at Fisker's old system can be decidedly unnatural. Sounds broadcast with the system originate from a 275-watt stereo that splits power between 8 speakers plus a single subwoofer. Although it's no booming Burmester, the setup does a superb job of filling the Revero's cabin with well-rendered audio. Despite creating a wheelbase given that the Mercedes-Benz class, and being nearly the identical overall size the Revero's interior is advisable described as snug. The driver and passenger there are ample space for his or her bodies if they navigate the sports class ingress, but rear passengers usually are not afforded exactly the same luxury. The twin back seats are just suitable for carry-on luggage, young kids, and Tyrion Lannister. My 6'4" self would only fit back there if my head-reducing legs were severed and put into the lap of my lifeless corpse. If you need to carry just a carrying case, You ought to leave the headless horseman with the topless bar anyway, as being the Revero's tiny trunk offers just 6.9 cubic feet of space, as well as a large tunnel occupies the center of the interior. The Revero retains the Karma's original powertrain, combining twin electric motors mated to some 2.0-liter turbofer that could serve being a parallel power source or range extender. Outputs are the same at the same time, a combined 403 horsepower and 981 lb-ft with the motors and 235 horsepower for that engine. Karma failed to specify a train locomotive torque figure. Battery-only range remains about 50 miles, and charging still takes about 10 hours at 16 amps and 6 hours at 32 amps, but the automobile now is sold with support for DC quick charging likewise. This can have the batteries back up to 80% 40 miles in 24 minutes. Additionally, the solar roof also now charges battery. Event off it can only provide 2 to 3 miles of additional range during the period of day. Despite unchanged motivating hardware, Karma claims your vehicle is quicker than before due to new software and electronics. The Fisker branded version needed 6.0 seconds hitting 60 miles per hour in sport mode, 7.1 seconds in range extender sustain mode, and 7.9 seconds in stealth mode like a pure EV. Karma claims times during the 5.4 seconds, 7.2 seconds, and 6.9 seconds, respectively, better, but nevertheless slow by modern standards. Lackluster acceleration aside, the Revero felt such as the grand tour it's intended to be for the suburban parkways and back roads of South Orange County. Despite its considerable dimensions and full-size truck-like 5,400-pound weight, the Revero is fairly fun to hustle through corners. Part of it really is good old physics. Most of that weight sits inside the car's floor, creating a low center of gravity, while its footprint distributes it more than a considerable expanse, and part of it does not take well-sorted steering and chassis. The former leans toward heavy, which has a good quantity of resistance, sharpening up when switched to sporty. Yes, sporty, as you move the latter handles transitions well and stays settled even just enough camber corners. Braking duty is handled by 14.6-inch discs clamped by 6-piston Brembo calipers in advance, and 14.4-inch discs with 4-piston clamps for the rear. There are 3 braking modes that supply progressive quantities of regenerative resistance, but only the next and most aggressive mode provides noticeable degrees of deceleration, little doubt due to some extent to the Revero's considerable heft. It's not terribly keen to decrease with light putting on the pedal, either. Fortunately, brake pressure and pedal feel are fairly progressive, and there's nothing here that ought to throw an attentive driver off from the direction of excessive braking. You aren't enough. Although the Revero is suited with large wheels shod in performance-oriented Goodyear Eagle rubber, 265/35R22 front and 285/35R22 rear, tire noise was minimal, plus the ride was smooth and luxurious, even on rougher stretches of pavement. Wind noise was excessive, however, with far excessive entering with the side windows, possibly due with a poor seal. This can have been limited to your early build car I drove, as among the Karma executives that rode shotgun with me at night noted that she didn't experience precisely the same levels of wind noise from the car he occupied prior. Another niggle will be the high-pitched electric whine emitted through the motor at cruising speeds, that will have those that have sensitive hearing screaming the wall promptly. Far more obnoxious compared to whine or even the wind noise, however, would be the harsh, groaning drone emitted from the 4-cylinder engine from the floorboard when it's setting up work. The sourced mill has never been noted for its refinement, and although it activates and off without mechanical fuss, your ears knows right away due to the short exhausts, which exit directly behind top wheels and don't give engineers much to do business with when it comes to noise reduction. In all, While Karma addressed many of the Karma's build quality-related flaws, principal compromises made from the name of design remain. While further software refinements plus the addition of recent features will likely be implemented from the near future with the Revero's built-in Huawei 4G connectivity on deck, may be the addition of adaptive cruise control, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, the maturing powertrain and poorly packaged interior aren't going anywhere. The Karma team looks like it's cognizant in the product's limitations and spoke on the Revero more being a brand-building exercise than the usual potential profit center. Building the Revero is usually an experience-gaining exercise for all involved, in particular the new automaking factory staff, which will have the opportunity to reduce its teeth inside autolamer for giving a full arena of boutique luxury cars. That experience will likely be valuable when Karma visits launch a follow-up on the Revero. That will be an even more substantial undertaking when compared to a mild mid-cycle refresh of an 6-year-old car. 2018 Karma Revero specifications. Price: $131,400 base. Engine: 2 permanent drive synchronous AC motors, 403 HP, 981 lb-ft, 2.0 liters turbocharged DOC 16 valve I 4235 HP. Transmission: 1-speed reduction. Layout: 4-door, 4-passenger, front engine, AWD sedan. EPA mileage: 51 mph. LXWXH: 196.4 by 84.0 by 52.4 inches, wheelbase 124.4 inches, weight 5,400 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 47.2 seconds, top speed 125 miles per hour.